Much. Well, it's a journey worthy of the Greek gods. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, not only proving the ancient hero still has blockbuster-sized hits, but is also smashing records for IMAX. We already know the cinema technology and movie screen giant reported a record-breaking global opening weekend for the film. It delivered $52 million with the first-ever theatrical release shot entirely with IMAX 70mm film cameras. But wait till you hear what's been happening since opening weekend, as in yesterday. Nolan and his cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytema shot 2.1 million feet of IMAX film to make The Odyssey and collaborated with IMAX to develop a next-generation camera. And apparently, not only is it working in the opening weekend, but on a Monday, no less. Wait till you hear the numbers. Joining me now to break that is IMAX CEO Rich Gelfond. We know that opening weekend was just incredible. What did the IMAX screens do yesterday, first day of the week, Monday?
So it set a record for us for opening weekend at $52 million. And a Monday is traditionally 10% of the weekend. That's the formula you use. Instead, this Monday was double that. It was 20% of the weekend, and we did $12 million globally on Monday. And, you know, we know in real time how it's tracking. And the numbers for Tuesday look very similar to the Monday numbers. And I think people are going to be really surprised. They always say, does the movie have legs? We'll find out. We've already found out the movie has legs.
Legs, arms. It's got a parachute strapped to its back. It's zooming away. It really is amazing.
It's a cultural phenomenon, Liz. And I think that's where IMAX comes in. Chris Nolan made a brilliant movie, and without the brilliant movie, there wouldn't be anything. But I think IMAX has been like a booster to that movie, and I think the frenzy over having to see it in IMAX, and as you know, wherever you go, people are talking about it. They're debating Odysseus. They're debating, you know, was Charlize this, or the best one is Zendaya. Was she real or an illusion? It's just crazy and gratifying.
I thought she was a little bit of both. She was real and an illusion, but to me, Cyclops. Wait till you see the Cyclops if you haven't seen it. But can we go back to Monday? What showing times were sold out?
Oh, midnights, 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
6 a.m.s. People I haven't heard from in years are saying, remember me? I'm in town. Call to say hello. By the way, do you happen to have an extra pair of tickets? It's really... it's a frenzy. There's no other word to put it.
The new technology for these cameras. You've had IMAX cameras before, and Chris Nolan shot some of Dunkirk, that incredible movie, in those cameras. He also shot Oppenheimer, some of it with that. But talk about the tweaks you made to the camera because of special requests.
So it was more than tweaks, and it was more than special requests. Chris called me over a year ago in February 2024, and he said, I want to make a whole film in IMAX, but the camera's not quiet enough, it's not light enough, I need more projectionists. He gave us a list of 10 to 15 things, and he said, I need these done, then I'll make a movie all in IMAX. So our team in Canada did a fantastic job, engineers and optical scientists, in doing this. And so by August, we had already showed Hoyt van Hoytema and his DP how it looked. He gave us the green light. In October, Chris was out in the field in LA testing it, bringing it in boats and helicopters and all kinds of things. And we met the challenge, and it wasn't easy to do, and it took a lot of resources, but it worked. And obviously the financial results and aesthetic results speak for themselves.
Were you in the position to pick up the phone and say to Hoyt, just get it done, I don't care what it takes? Fix it.
I definitely said that to the IMAX team. When he asked, could we do it? I said, oh, sure, no problem. But then I found out there were a few more obstacles, but they're great and they overcame.
What other films are we going to see this technology in?
So the IMAX film has become more ubiquitous. And this year, films such as Hail Mary did extremely well with film. But one that is filming with the cameras and coming out Christmas is Dune 3. And it's Denis Villeneuve, who's a well-known, accomplished filmmaker. Dune 2 did fantastic in IMAX. They've sold out a lot of their shows for opening months and months in advance. So what's unique about this, Liz, is when we've had breakouts before, like Avatar or Oppenheimer, they weren't followed so closely with the next one. But I'm very confident Dune 3 is going to break out as well.
I understand there are only 40 or 41 70-millimeter screens out there in the world. Is that a correct number?
That's the number.
41. How quickly are you working to change that?
So the issue is you can't change that easily because you've got to build a huge box that has like 400 seats, and usually that can't fit in a multiplex. It has to be like a new build. And then you need these projectors, which were built originally 50 years ago, and a lot of the parts are out of use. So from Oppenheimer to Odyssey, we had 40% more screens. So we're involved, and we try and find more. But it's almost like a Rolls Royce. The parts, the economic model. One print of the Odyssey cost $50,000. 500, forget it. There wouldn't be any film theaters. But costs about $50,000. So there are limited locations where the economics could work. But we're always looking for new ideas and building it out.
Is it possible, because there's so much discussion with the consolidation in the movie industry, right now there is a hold on the Paramount, Skydance, Warner Brothers Discovery merger because everybody is claiming, well, at least Rob Bonta, the Attorney General of California, and several other attorneys general are saying that this combo company will not produce as much content. Is it possible that this movie may change that trajectory because it has been done so well and is getting such great response in the theater?
So I expect the movie to create more demand for IMAX film releases. And in fact, you know, we're working on some things that I think will come together over the next month or two that'll be the proof positive of that. But I think one movie, no matter how big it is too much to alter the course of Hollywood in the short run.
Are you worried that those types of consolidations will put out less content that's good for IMAX?
So, you know, David Ellison has said he's going to put out as much content as Warner and Paramount used to put out. If he stands by that promise.
But David Zaslav, when he was running Warner, said the same thing, and he came in with fewer films.
So, Liz, I like to be an optimist, and I like to take people at face value. So based on what they say, I think so. But, you know, history has showed different results.
Yeah.
So, you know, I hope everybody lives up to what they've said.
And before we go, this got a 3-week exclusivity on IMAX screens, right?
Oh, we've already sold out weeks 7 and 8 at the BFI in London.
Really?
So this will play for months at certain theaters.
Well, I bring the 3-week exclusivity up because supposedly there is another AI-made version of Odyssey, Odyssey the Fall, and that's coming out in, I think, in the next couple of weeks. What do you make of that? You know, they've been very clear. We had the director when he did this other movie called Dreams of Violets. And what do you say to that? Because they were very supportive, saying, oh, Chris Nolan's film is going to be amazing. This is just a different and less expensive way to do content.
So I can't comment until I see what it looks like.
Will you watch it?
AI is promising. No, I probably won't watch it. If you saw Chris Nolan's version of the film, the cast, the cinematography, his brilliance as a director and a screenwriter, you know, I think it's going to be hard to replicate. I've seen this one 2.5 times, so I'm going to be Odyssey'd out. I don't think I'll have time for the next one.
Well, I love me some Cyclops. I actually felt sad.
That was my favorite scene also.
Me too, me too. Rich, thank you.
Thanks, Liz.
Congratulations. It's
Take care.
Big deal. And the stock, which for a while was between $12 and $21, I'm talking for more than a year or two, is now well above that. So it has done very well over the past year.
Yeah, the financial results have supported that, so our investors have done well.
Rich Gelfond of IMAX.